guys fire away with questions for Coach.
Brandon, is there anything you look for in the season opener, and did you see that tonight?
Well, I think I don't know if there's obviously things that we were looking for in terms of when you go back to our exhibition game. I thought our transition defense in the first half in that game was really poor, and we worked hard on it. And I thought there were times tonight it was significantly better, and then even transition offense. Our outlets were much cleaner. They were deeper. We got a lot more in transition when we got stops. So those were some positives, but I think it's a lot of new players in their first game, and it's you just got to get out there and play and work your way through some ups and downs.
How fast do you envision your team playing this year?
If we can get stops,
Yeah.
pretty fast.
Yeah.
But tonight we had to take it out of the net, far too much.
With Elle, she was relatively limited in that third quarter. What were you seeing out of her in that first half? And was that just kind of like a figuring out rotations kind of thing? Or?
No, I think she made way too many mistakes, and that's why she was over there with us. And but I thought handled it the right way, came back and really responded late in the game and made some big shots, which is what you want a veteran to do. So I credit her for that. She didn't have her best night, but down the stretch, made big plays for us.
When you mentioned so many new players, do you think this is what some games might just look like early this season, having to work through some of these mistakes?
Well, I think like a starting lineup this early is not in Sharpie. I think we've got to work through some things, try some different lineups, see what kind of lineup gets us off to the best start. Because we slow start tonight, slow start in the Hayes game. And some of that probably was early foul troubles with Jalea.
How do you think Jalea responded to that early foul trouble?
I thought she responded okay. I think what's hard, and I will compare Samaya even back to a Tiana Jackson, is when you get in foul trouble and you're really an aggressive offensive player, it's hard to play the same way with the hesitancy of getting an offensive foul. And so she's got to play with more discipline on defense, but I think offensively just keep being aggressive.
What'd you make of the free throw shooting today?
That we didn't make them. We'll shoot them much better than that. We work on it a lot, and we have players that shot it really well all preseason. So I think it was just a night that we didn't make them.
Reagan certainly had some games like she did tonight last year. How good was it to see night one of year two for her?
Yeah, I think her and Samaya obviously were the most consistent all night, and then I thought Elle came in and made some big plays, and then I thought Lily Meister was really big in key moments. So it's Reagan showed tonight that she has some experience.
Coach, you mentioned Samaya, and just what did you see out of her tonight and her evolution going into year three as point guard of this team?
I think we need to be real careful of taking her for granted. I think she's, without question, one of the best players in the country, and we have a lot of confidence in her. And confidence comes from demonstrated performance, and she's put a lot of really good stuff on film and on a stat sheet in her time here. And tonight, I thought she just really picked her spots. Okay, I need to assert myself. All right, a few plays go on, maybe, okay, here's another time I need to assert myself. And I thought she was pretty strategic in those moments.
You talked about getting on her in practice late about that. Hey, it's not just a switch, but you got to go.
Yeah.
Are you still seeing that, or has she climbed that hill? And
No, I think part of it's my fault because we don't have a lot of her stuff in right now this early. We've really spent a lot of time trying to get some other people ready, knowing that she's good enough to get her shots within what we do, and she showed that tonight.
When would you want to have her stuff in? Is that Big 12 play or?
No, it'll be before that. It'll be before that, and even some of it, you know, is maybe in right now, but we don't necessarily want it on film. So we're trying to be smart about that too.
You talked to Jalea a couple of times throughout the night, and you know, you can see the frustration on her face,
Yeah.
obviously. Is that at all a positive, seeing that it bothers her? She wants to be great and better and all those things, or how do you read that?
Well, she's really hard on herself.
Yeah.
She's a perfectionist, and you know, that's just part of the her development is managing just kind of the emotional roller coaster of it all. It's hey, if you miss a shot into the basket, you just have to move on to the next play. If you get a whistle that maybe was a tough whistle, you have to move on to the next play. And but her desire to be great is as high as anybody I've ever coached, and we're just going to have to. It's going to be experience. She's going to have to work through some of those things.
That'll take time then?
Absolutely,
Yeah, right.
and it'll take games like this.
Okay, right.
You know
Having,
what I mean?
having to feel it,
Yeah, having to feel it, having to play through it, and you know, hopefully we can still be successful in those games, and she can learn through it, while the team also gets a win.
With Reagan kind of being thrown to the wolves last year, how have you seen her develop and grow as a player leading into this? Obviously, coming off the bench and having such a huge game.
Yeah, I think just her versatility. You know, we can do different things defensively when she's in there. You know, offensively, I think she's a tough matchup, especially now that she has some help on the front line. We're excited about the kind of year that we think she's going to have.
You got 20 minutes for Libby tonight. Just what did you see from her, even if, you know, the scoring wasn't there and it's not there on the stat sheet?
Yeah, I think that's, you know, a young player, especially a freshman, can't look at a stat sheet and try to judge their performance. Her or Keely, either one. You know, I think defensively she played with good effort, and